Yes. Preparing. Why is it always preparing?
No, we're recording.
We're recording.
Activate.
Okay, it's recording.
Live.
It's recording. We're live. Recording.
Yay.
Hi.
I'm so excited, everyone. Thank you so much, whoever's watching out there right now. And thank you to, I guess I'm the guest in this case, but thank you for allowing me and inviting me to be your guest today, Liana. I have so many questions. I'm so excited about your new workshop that you've got coming up. But before we get started on that, for those of you that might be just popping in, or maybe somebody else has shared this video, don't forget to go over to Liana's page and like and share. And if you're on YouTube, because who knows if this might show up on YouTube, please never forget to subscribe and to hit that bell, because we all appreciate that immensely.
Yeah.
So I'm Julie Turner, and I'm the host of, or co-host of No BS Talk, KNOW, BS Talk, because you guys should know what's BS out there. And Liana Walden is not BS. She has been a sex and relationship coach for over 10 years now, which is amazing. And she's got a YouTube channel, and she's got a blog, and she's got workshops. She's traveled all over North America. She's an amazing, amazing resource, and I love watching her videos and participating. So again, I'm super, super grateful that you have invited me here to interview you today, Liana.
Thank you. Yes, yes. I've seen so much of the stuff that you've been doing, and I love your spontaneity and your like real pureness, and of course your no BS kind of attitude, and also you have like a really nice depth of information and studies and background as well that supports everything that you do. So yeah, I'm really happy to be doing this with you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. So we met, how long ago was that? About 3 years ago, maybe?
No, more than that. I've been in Brazil for 3 years, for
oh my goodness,
2.5 years.
So it's probably 5 years or so then. I just wanted to mention that because it's very relevant, I think, to the conversation at large. That whether it was 5 years ago or whenever it was that we met, immediately I was very intrigued and interested in what you were supporting people in, because I think I'm very much about holistically a better life. And let's face it, if you can have all the foundations you want in our nutrition, in our health, all that kind of stuff, but if you don't have your relationships, and part of your relationships is of course your sex life, if those aren't together, all the other things suffer. So I'm super grateful that you do what you do. I have a lot of questions for you myself, but I'll try not to make this about me. I know that you have a new workshop that you're putting together, that you've got out, and it is Activate to Alive. So tell me about that title.
Well, the title came very easily, very organically, because what I find is that with the people that I've been working with over the years, that the sexual energy in their bodies is generally not activated. They're in the relationship, so they've come to a point where it's at a stalemate. The sex is not really happening very frequently, or not at all, and maybe they're bored, maybe they've become complacent with their partner. And basically they've said, okay, well, the sex is just going to stay the way it is. And I guess because they come with also a lot of beliefs about what sex is about in a relationship. But they come to me obviously because they want to do something about it. They want to make some change. They want to find out what's going on, and how do we get this happening again, or how do we activate this again? They don't say activate, but I look at it as, okay, let's activate your sexual energy again. And what do you activate it to? You activate it to becoming more alive. And it's very, very directly related to that specific situation, but also when you activate your sexual energy, whether it's activated or not, the more you activate it, the more alive you feel.
So true.
The more you activate your sexual energy, but also your connection then to your partner in a sexual manner, the more alive the both of you start to feel. That you feel more joyful and youthful and healthy, and just you kind of radiate. You're literally more alive. So
that kind of leads me to another question I had for you. You talk about manifesting, being able to materially manifest things because of your sex life, and 100% agree with it. But and I think it's a lot to do with what you just said. Like the more alive you are, the more joy you feel, the more, you know, that's where law of attraction comes in. That's where we actually are able to draw things into our life. So maybe kind of explain that to your audience a little bit, just how you can have a material item show up because your sex life is better. It doesn't seem like a direct link, but it happens.
Doesn't it sound good? You know, your sex life gets
Right?
better and you can materially manifest things.
You're winning every way you look at it.
So, well, just as you were saying, I mean, what happens when your sex life is more activated? You're feeling more alive. So again, you've got all of these benefits that are happening within you. But one of the really important things that starts to happen is you just become more present to the moment, right? So
Mindfulness.
you tend to like mindfulness, exactly. And I have another term I use, is sexfulness, because this is
I
really
like it.
yeah, this is really focused on the sexual energy in your body and your sex life and your sexual being. So you, in order to have really good quality sex, so in order to activate it and feel alive, you have to be in the moment. You have to be present, right?
True.
And so when you're there, you're not up here in your head freaking out, worrying, having huge expectations about things. You're in your body, you're feeling what's going on, you're vibrating at this really lovely blissful level, right? And so when there's a whole practice in, you know, moving sexual energy through your body and actually then bringing in thoughts about what you'd like to manifest, and letting that sort of float out into the universe, and then being in the process of allowing as well. But I just want to add to this a little bit, because, you know, we're very focused on wanting to get these physical things, right? And it's beautiful to have money and physical things, you know, it's lovely to have those. But what's even more important, when you start to connect and become present and become really um, directly, you really feel what's going on in your being, and you're really here in the very, very moment. You start to become part of everything in your world. So the birds are like singing to you, you know, or the ocean is massaging you, or the wind is cooling you. So it's it's even beyond, you know, wanting material things, because those don't become as important anymore. It's really about the moment and you being part of everything in your world, everything in nature.
Right. I love what you said about not being up in your head when you are having sex, when you're experiencing something like that. It's so important to be in your body, to be really feeling things. And you mentioned exploration often. And arguably, I would say a lot of people don't really do a lot of exploring. They get into their routines and, you know, in every way in life, but for sure in sex, it's like, this is the time we do it, this is the way we do it, and let's hope for the best. So tell me a little bit about exploration, why you find that that's so important.
Well, if you look at it like, when you come together with somebody, you are coming together because you found somebody that you think you can spend time with, that you like, that can accept you for who you are, and you're, you know, you can hang out with this person, right? In a sense, you're going on a trip with them.
Right.
You're traveling with them in this physical 3D dimension, right? And initially, you know, sex is usually quite hot and great because it's new, and you're really, you know, the juices are really working, and you're really got this passionate connection. And then they kind of sort of soften off, because, you know, you have to change it up. You have to do different things. That's the whole thing there. But um, so now I've lost my train of thought here, but
Exploring that together.
exploring, yes. So the idea of traveling, if you think about it, of an idea of traveling, if you're traveling with your partner, and, you know, one thing that we do is that when we travel, we explore, we go on an adventure, right?
Yes, we do.
When we're living on a day-to-day, it's like the day-to-day, the grind, sometimes people call it, and we're not thinking about this kind of state of exploration. But if you're traveling, you are in a state of exploration. You have to be, and it's fun, and it's exciting, and it's exhilarating, and it's nice to just like dump all of that and go and do something different.
Right.
So I want you to look at it as a form of travel you're going with your partner. So when the sex starts to kind of die down and get not as interesting or as fun or as often as it has been or as passionate, then you need to look at each other and say, hey, we're on this trip together. We are on a trip together. And so let's continue to explore within this trip. Sex is a very important aspect of a relationship, right? It's a very important connective aspect of the relationship. Mm-hmm. And so you want to continue to be on that trip, on that travel, on that voyage with your partner. And when you look at it like that, you can think, well, okay, so in a trip we explore. So within our sex life, we also explore. And it doesn't, it's a different kind of exploration. You're not, packing your suitcase and going, although you can go to sex clubs and all sorts of interesting places that offer sexual experiences. But it's more about this inner travel you're doing with your partner, this very personal, intimate travel. You're going to go with them and discover different kinds of things about each other and open up doors with each other and go, hey, let's try this together, and it requires that sense of travel because you want to have the sense of excitement and a little bit of fear at the same time.
I was going to say sense of travel, sense of excitement, sense of fear, but also sense of trust. Yeah. Right. Yeah. So, and we should trust our partners. Mm-hmm. And I think that's often what gets in the way, or at least that's what I see when I'm working as well, is that people are afraid. They're afraid of rejection and stuff like that. And as far as a sense of excitement versus a sense of anxiety, I often tell people, and some people aren't aware of this, that anxiety and excitement react the same in your body. If it weren't for your head, you wouldn't know which one you're experiencing. Your head tells you which one you're experiencing. Mm-hmm. So allow your body to let you experience excitement instead of anxiety, right? Exactly. So I love that you put that like it's a journey, because I think that's super, super relevant. And we do, when we're exploring a new city, a new country, whatever the case may be, we kind of let our guard down, and we're kind of like, we do things maybe we wouldn't always do. And that's a good thing, especially in your sex life, for sure.
Absolutely. You have to let your guard down. You have to take risks. Right. Risks that could be just saying something that you have never told anyone before, right? That's a risk. And that's scary, like you're saying.
Vulnerability, right?
Vulnerability. Is my partner gonna leave me because I say this? He's gonna think I'm crazy, But that's part of the trust again, like you were saying. To feel that there's enough trust between the two of you that, I think this is what I always say to couples, when you're coming together, you have to put enough trust in that person that they can hold the space for you to take whatever you dish out.
Right.
That's why you're together, because you found someone that loves you for who you are. So you found the person that can hold that place for you, that whatever comes up, and it's going to come up in different ways, shapes, and forms throughout your entire time together.
For sure.
And they, you're going to hold it for them, and they're going to hold it for you. And maybe you're going to get angry, maybe you're going to freak out, but you're going to still be there for them, right?
Yes, for sure. So moving forward.
Yeah.
You speak of the 5 lenses.
Yeah.
Tell me about your 5 lenses. Tell me about what the 5 lenses mean.
Okay.
And more importantly, the otherworldly, because I think that probably confuses a few people.
All right. Yeah, absolutely. So, well, what I did was I created 10 stages of sexual exploration for couples.
10? That's awesome.
Yeah.
You're be busy out there.
Oh yeah. So I just was curious, like, you can't go from 0 to 1,000. Like if you're gonna ride a horse, you're not gonna just go to the bar and jump on the horse and gallop, right?
Right.
You got to go through your steps with anything, and the same with sexual exploration. So 10 stages. As I was doing the stages, I thought, okay, there's lots of elements that shift and change within us as we explore, we open, and we try new things. So what are they? And I came up with physical, which is, the actual physical body, and how in touch are you with your body? How embodied are you, right? How connected are you with your sex, such as your cock or your pussy? How connected are you, right? And that is a process, a gradual process, how you get connected with yourself. The next is emotional. So that's a big one, because we come with all these different beliefs about sex into a partnership. Well, if you're exploring, you're shifting and changing. You're looking at those beliefs. You're looking at each other's beliefs, and that's going to change how you feel, how you react, how you respond, right? So that's a big one. Emotional, spiritual. So sex doesn't necessarily start off as a spiritual activity, but it can blossom into a very spiritual type of thing, a shamanic kind of event. So to get from, you know, zero spirituality to a shamanic, very ceremonial, you know, there's all sorts of things that you can incorporate within a sex life to make it more unique for the two of you, more precious, more you know, more spiritual.
I like precious. I like that word. We don't think we use that word when it comes to sex very much.
Which
Precious.
word?
Precious.
Precious, yes, yes. So I say precious, like, because of the uniqueness that you are going to create with your partner. That's
right. Absolutely.
Then we have energetic, of course. Energetic, the sexual energy. That takes time. Like, you know, what is my sexual energy? What do I like to do? How do I access it? How do I move it through my body? And then how do I feel my partners? You know, how do I feel my partner's sexual energy? How do I connect with them? So that's another process, another learning. And the last is otherworldly. And I say this because sex is a portal, right? It's a portal to other consciousnesses. It's a portal to out-of-body experiences. It's a portal to possible past life connections. And that could happen to you on one event that you have. And suddenly you're like, whoa, I just went to this crazy place. But to really start to understand it, and then to be able to do it with consciousness, that is also a process. So how do we move through that? So I think about each of these as you're moving through these stages and growing with your partner.
That's awesome. So you have this workshop coming up, and is this workshop specifically for couples, or is this something that singles can attend, or what was your plan?
What's my plan? Well, it's actually a 6-week program. Okay, so it's 6 weeks working with a couple. It's very one-on-one type of a program. I do have a Facebook private Facebook group which you can go to, and there will be other people there, and as well as having more further information. But I wanted to create a container of 6 weeks, you know, 4 private sessions where it's with the couple and separately with them as well, and then a couple of check-ins. And within that 6-week period, the idea is to move them through from one stage to the next.
That's
so just wonderful. From one. So if you're at stage 3, you're going to move to stage 4.
And imagine the homework you get to do.
The homework is phenomenal. Well, the homework is all, you know, like, it's going to be based on those 5 lenses.
Right.
So you're going to walk away from the 6 week with a lot of material, a lot of stuff shifting and changing, and you may not be like in that next stage immediately, but you're going to be in a place where we're not going back there anymore. We're heading this direction. We're heading to the 5th dimension, you know. And I talk a lot about the 5th dimension.
Yeah,
because
we're already there.
We're here. And sex is in, you know, you are in the 5th dimension when you're having a really quality sexual experience.
Right. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So I have 2 more questions for you. Now, as I said, I've known you for a few years, and in those few years, you were amazing the day I met you, without question.
Thank you.
But I love to talk about leadership, and for me, leading by example is the best and only type of leadership that we have. And I have, I've known not a ton about you, but I know enough to know that you are leading by example. You are living this life that you are talking about. There are so many coaches and therapists out there that have these programs, but they're not living that life. And I want to say, congratulations, because you, without question, live the life that you're talking about. And that's something that you should definitely give yourself a pat on the back for, because you deserve it. So having said that, my question for you is, what would your high school self say about the woman that's sitting here with me right now?
Mm. My high school self. Well, I was always an explorer, always. I actually came into not sex, but losing my virginity a little bit later. I was about 21, so that wasn't a major part of my, sex wasn't a major part of my early days. Although I was very interested, and there's other things going on, but I went to Japan for a year, and I lived in Japan for a year, and my family, we traveled a lot, and so I was doing so many things as a young girl, like so many kinds of classes, and just involved in so much. Like I was always exploring things. So I'm what would my high school girl say to me is the question, right?
What would she think about what she's
She
looking at you going,
and
wow.
I love this question because I do a meditation which I talk to the younger me and to the older me, right? And
Right.
we're all kind of like, just go for it, go for it. You have to live your life as full and as with
Ah, yes.
much desire that you have. Do what you want. Nobody cares nobody cares about what you're doing in your life. Only you care. And I would say, you are amazing and have done an amazing job. And I think that your exploration in life is a huge inspiration.
That's that's awesome. See, I love asking that question because we seldom, I myself, I'm a hypnotherapist, so I deal with the inner child all the time, but the average person doesn't sit and think, wow, how far I've come. And without question, you have lived a life of passion and exploration and desire, and honestly, I'd love to like be able to like bottle you. And here's your bottle of Leanna. She's, now you're gonna have a little more fun in
Interesting
your life.
concept.
Yes, we need to bottle you. Thank you very much for answering that question. And my last question is, if people want to sign up for this course, how do they do this? What's
Yes,
next?
well, first of all, if you watch this, then I will offer you the 10 stages of sexual exploration for couples. I can send that to you. Just put it in the comment below. Yes, I would like the 10 stages. Yes, I would like the 10 stages. But what I'm doing is, the first thing is, people subscribe to get the first 3 stages, and then they need to sign up for a chat with me. I want to start with a quick chat, 20 minutes or 15, 20 minutes, just to find out where you're at, what you're thinking, where you'd like to go. And that's how we start. I'm actually, the doors for the program open not until September 2nd. So this is kind of the pre-ramping up for the program.
Right.
Still, the doors are open. If you were ready to start, you want to go, and you're like, yes, we want to do something with our sex life, we want to get to the next stage, then we start with a chat with me, and you can go to my webpage and get my email, or you can sign up, and you can have a link that will directly lead you to sign up for a chat with me. And then the doors will close on September 17th, and that will be the end of this particular program that I'm offering.
So it's a limited time.
Yeah.
Make sure you don't miss out. Trust me, she's a wealth of information. And if you're watching this video, again, don't forget to go check out the YouTube channel, read her blog, like and share anything that is of interest to you, or maybe you want to send it specifically to somebody. I don't know, a partner. I'm just saying, the possibility. Thank you again, Leanna, so much for having me here today. It was an honor and a privilege, and I look forward to communicating in the near future. Now, don't forget, guys, limited time. Make sure you sign up today.
Yes, thank you so much, Julie. It's been so much fun. You asked excellent questions, and it takes me closer to the program as I talk about it more and more, and that's the build up as well. So really excited about it. Awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining, and yeah, leave some notes in the comment if you'd like to get the 10 stages of sexual exploration. I will send those to you.
Yes, I want the 10 stages.
Okay. Yes, I want the 10 stages. Okay, Julie, take care. Thank you very much.
Bye for now.
Bye. Much love making. Thank you to everybody.